Requirement C, upgrade my skill, did not opt to apply the concentration test to the purchase of the training assets from Training Force Limited in terms of IFRS 3 B7A. Discuss in terms of IFRS 3 B8 to B12D if the results in acquisition of a business or not. Right. Okay, so when we look at this, 4 marks, guys, 4 proper sentences. Again, when you look at the right side of your screen, identify the theory, apply this to the scenario, and then you need to conclude. Remember, conclude, is this a business or not a business? Because this is the question, right? If this is a business or not a business, right? Now, when we look at the given information again, guys, you will remember that they've indicated to us in the second paragraph. Today, Training Force has not yet signed any monthly subscription contracts, therefore, no revenue at acquisition date. And then in the last paragraph, before the acquisition date, Training Force discontinued providing training due to the owner falling ill. Okay, so when you refer to B7, guys, you will remember, sorry, B12, you will remember that we have identified that we need to look at outputs at acquisition date. We need to identify if there's any revenue at acquisition date. If this is no, we need to apply B12B. If this is yes, we need to apply B12C to identify if the process is substantive. Right. They've indicated to us at acquisition date, there is no revenue. Therefore, we need to apply B12B. But we now need to write this down, that this is what we know. Therefore, what do we need to write down? That at acquisition date, there is no outputs. Why not? Because the owner ceased with all of the training. Therefore, number 2, we need to now follow B12B to identify if the process is substantive. On a new page, as always, indicate that this is our part C, and then I have included that the purchase of the training assets does not generate revenue at acquisition date because the owner ceased all training and no subscription contracts for the LMS has been entered into. Therefore, we will apply IFRS 3 B12B to assess if the acquired process is substantive. Right, now when we look at our theory, to be able to identify if the process is substantive, B12B, the set of activities and assets does not have output at acquisition date. An acquired process shall be considered substantive only if it is critical to the ability to develop or convert acquired input. Okay, now we need to identify, is the process critical? If we look at the information provided, they've indicated to us in the third paragraph, this orange on your left side, the specialized learning management system requires an organized workforce that has the necessary skills, knowledge, and experience of the system. They've indicated to us to be able to use the LMS, it is critical to have the correct workforce with the correct skills, experience, and knowledge to be able to use the LMS. Therefore, in terms of A, yes, it is critical, but we need to answer and. The inputs acquired. If we look at the inputs acquired, they've indicated to us in the scenario, in the last paragraph, each of the assets acquired has a similar fair value and UMS do not acquire any employees. Therefore, the inputs acquired, guys, is not the organized workforce. Therefore, this is a yes for A, but it has to be and no. There's no organized workforce to be able to generate the output. I have included this, guys. The process is critical to the ability to develop or convert the input into outputs. And then that UMS do not acquire any employees, other assets or other processes or other activities. Then the relevant inputs do not, sorry guys, that should be processes, do not include an organized workforce with the necessary skills, knowledge or experience to perform the process, and do not include other inputs. When you look at our flow diagram, guys, remember we have applied B12B. Is the process critical in terms of the ability to develop or convert? Yes, it is important. And do the inputs include a skilled, knowledgeable, and so forth, and other inputs to convert into outputs? Our answer is no. Therefore, this is not substantive and it is not a business. Therefore, we now need to write this. Therefore, we need to indicate that this is not a substantive process, and therefore this is not a business. Again, look at your easy marks, guys. 1 mark for concluding. This is a very easy mark. Please don't forget this.